Tuesdays with Drew. Let's get right into it. This one, I think you're going to be pretty excited about. This comes from Matthew 13:44. And I'm sure you've heard it. It's the parable of the guy who finds the treasure in the field. So if you remember what happens, this guy finds, and Jesus is talking and telling this parable. This guy goes and he finds a treasure in the field. When he finds it, he's so excited, and it's such a large treasure. He goes and buries it, goes back home, sells everything he has to buy that field. When he buys that field, he gets the treasure, and he is multiple times more wealthy because of it. And Jesus compares that to the kingdom of God. So for an example for this, something that I thought about, a real life example that happened. I had a friend who went to the bank. When he went to the bank, he wanted some silver dollars. I don't know if it was for his daughter or something like that, but he wanted, actual silver dollars. He was kind of into coins and collecting and that type of thing. So when he asked the bank teller for silver dollars, he probably got 10 or 20 of them. When he looked at them, he noticed the date was prior to 1964 on all of those silver dollars. Now, if you know anything about coin collecting, you realize that means those silver dollars were actual silver. See, before the date 1964, we issued real silver coins made of all silver. Well, today, each of those silver coins are probably worth almost $30 a piece. So what did he do? He asked the bank teller, do you have any more silver dollars? And she said, yeah, some lady brought in a whole bunch of them. There's probably 1,000 of them she brought in and cashed in today. I said, really? I would like to buy all those, he said, real quickly. He didn't have the money on him. But he said, could you put those coins aside? I'm really into collecting. I'm going to go back and get some money, bring back and buy all of them. She said, absolutely. So he went back and scrounged all the money he could put together. He needed at least $1,000 because there was 1,000 of these coins there. He got the money, brought it back, and bought all 1,000 of them. When it was all said and done, those 1,000 coins that he paid $1,000 for actually were worth more than $25,000. I mean, that's crazy, right? Think about that. And it was such an obvious purchase for him. There was no question that he was going to do that. It was willing to do whatever it took to get those coins. Well, God compares the kingdom, or Jesus compares the kingdom of God to that. So it poses a question in my life when I hear that parable. What's my perspective of what Jesus came here to do? It's almost Easter, and we think about his death. And I think oftentimes I think about my relationship with God and the religion I practice too often as Jesus died for my sins so I can be forgiven, so I can go to heaven. I think that leaves an empty void, and it's very dangerous for us to stop there at that's salvation. You see, the kingdom of God and my perspective of it needs to also be about the life that is here for me to live today on earth. See, when Jesus brought the kingdom, he wasn't talking about the kingdom that you get to go when you die to in heaven. He was talking about the kingdom he was bringing to earth in this new way of living. And that when you bring Jesus into your heart and into your life and his spirit's in you, you're now part of the kingdom. You're a son of God. Think about that. So my question to you today, and my question to myself, is my perception of the kingdom I get to live in right now with Jesus as God's son, is my perception of that of such that in light of that knowledge, I would sell everything I have because that's so valuable, and everything else is a distraction in comparison to the reality of being in God's kingdom.